Collective, hi, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm not sure what my hair is doing here. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the P.O. Box, purchases off the wish list, and tipping the Clarista. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. Hey, listen, that song, Speechless. And I'm speechless. What does he say? Standing there staring at you in that dress. Something like that. Here's my thing. I don't know I think for different people, that energy is going to be different. Do you know what I mean? Like why people are speechless. Like, it could just be your energy. It could be like, because we have this yin and this peace, right? It could be, the way that you look, okay? Because he says standing there staring at you in that dress, right? It could be something that you do. It could be your gifts. It could be, there's something about you, collective, that has left either someone in particular. I heard someone very important, okay? Or a group of people speechless here, all right? What does the collective need to know about this? Yeah, you like, there's like this, almost, I don't want to say hypnotizing, but kind of energy about you, okay? Yeah, you have a way of drawing people in, okay? And then it's like you draw people in, but then the way that you hold yourself, you know what I mean? After you draw people in, and you're not doing this intentionally. It is your energy here, okay? Yeah. It's like you give people this like safe feeling, right? You also kind of inspire them and make them feel alive. There is also this energy where it's like, things make sense. Something that it's like when you're around, things make sense to somebody in particular, okay? Okay, let's get some more on this. What else does the collective need to know about this? Not this deck, okay. All right. All right, what else does the collective need to know about this, please? There may be somebody trying to access your Akashic records, because I feel like there could be, this could be very noticeable, right? The attention that you're getting. And there could be someone that's feeling threatened, but that's not for everyone, okay? Yeah, see, it's like this energy where somebody recognized, where someone or another, it could be a couple people, recognize the effect that your energy had on someone, or the effect that your presence had on someone. This person quickly took action, okay? Queen of Wands, the Chariot, the Eight of Swords, or the Eight of Wands to the Eight of Swords with the Three of Cups here. Yeah, this person very quickly took some action here. So if you're feeling some weird energy, like, dang, we have the Hermit with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. And all I can hear is, and I'm speechless. Yeah, with the Hermit here, it's almost like there's something about, you know how the hermit usually stays in the cave, right? And not a lot of people see the hermit, you know. There's like this type of energy where there's something about, you know, you being new or not seen before. I don't know. There's some, and maybe even like alone, like this loner type of energy, you know. Judgment with the Six of Swords. Emperor. Yeah, for some of you, this has to do with work. Okay. There's been like an idea that you've had, or like, I don't know, and somebody's like speechless about it. They're like, wow, like, why didn't I think of that? You know what I mean? And they're like, yeah, let's do it. Six of Pentacles. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like that type of energy here. Okay. Because it's like they see with the Hermit here, they know that whatever this is, right? Um, it's creating this whole new, you know, with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, it's like this whole new path almost, if you will, right? There's also something too where somebody's speechless because you move to calmer waters about something. Okay? There's also whoever this is, if it is something that's like romantic, I do feel like they may be sending someone else to kind of like test the water or something like that. Okay, there is something about, you know, there being kind of a middleman or like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Yeah, we have the Justice here. Could be a Libra or a Taurus. Okay. What else do they need to know about this? Ten of Wands in reverse. You know, I feel like there's something about you dropping some burdens here, right? And that could be tied into this Judgment, this Six of Swords. There's something about you dropping some burdens and stepping into a different energy. Which is kind of, it's like, this Wheel of Fortune. It's, you know, there's something that is, yeah, the Three of Pentacles, right? It's bringing in collaborations, okay? Because again, there's something that you do, something about who you are, something here that it's like, yeah, the Four of Wands. It's like, you know, you know, I've been getting a lot of energy around the star energy. Okay, there's something about kind of like being a star in a way, or like becoming one, or well known in some type of way, or I just get this feeling where it's like you're leaving someone or some people speechless, and they're really drawn to you. Okay, like really drawn to you. Yeah, something that you've done has left someone or some people speechless here. You've gotten yourself out of something. You figured something out. For some of you, I feel like it's tied into your psychic gifts or some sort of idea, or it could very well be something romantic. There is a little bit of element of competition here, okay? But I don't, it's not coming from you, okay? It's almost like there was competition going on before, and then you just come unintentionally knock these people out of the water, right? It's like maybe you didn't even know that there was competition before, or you know what I mean? You just showed up authentically, right? You dropped the burden of, you know, I wonder what they're going to think, or I wonder, you know what I mean? Like that type of energy, right? You dropped that burden, you showed up authentically, right? And confident about it. And it's like there's something, you've got some people speechless here. Okay. Okay. Final messages about this situation. Yeah, I think that you were very unaware, right? Of like what really was kind of going on. You know what I mean? And you may have sensed it. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like this energy where you just, again, you just showed up, and you just showed up to, you know, to be yourself. And again, it blew people out of the water, and that was never your intention. It just kind of is what it is. And it's because you've been dropping burdens, you know, you've closed out cycles. There's also been some sort of healing, maybe from an old dynamic, that it was like you maybe trusted this person, and they betrayed you in some type of way. Whoever, also too, there is this energy of, if somebody, this like competition energy, right? Especially if it's in like the spiritual world, I have a feeling that they're not aware of your, I hate to say spiritual ranking, but it's more so maybe your spiritual protection, right? It's almost, yeah, third party. I just think that somebody underestimated you here, right? And now they're feeling speechless. And this is a common thing that we get here, but I've never really gotten the speechless energy the way that this is. The way that this is coming through. Because it's like somebody trusted their, I guess, ranking in the spirit here, okay, and had no idea that you're not just this, you know, for example, right? If, say, for instance, you are, you know, an intuitive psychic or a medium or whatever, it's not, you don't just read cards, right? You're this whole high priestess. Yeah. And they're shocked. Because they've never met anyone like you here, okay? Yeah, self-love, exactly. if somebody's talking about like traveling to you, or I don't know, there's some sort of false narrative maybe about being in a connection at a distance, or somebody coming to you. I don't know, there's some kind of there's a lie. There's somebody that's, yeah. Because I feel like this person, I don't know, their intentions are not great. Yeah. Anyways, whatever you've done that's left somebody speechless here, okay? You know, this is going to bring in a level of abundance, and then we also have real love, okay? So, you know, love comes through all kinds of things, you know? It doesn't necessarily have to be romance, you know? It's like, say for instance, again, this was something through work, right? And then all, you know, this kind of gets rolling, and you find yourself, you're like, oh man, this is exactly, you know what I mean? Like, this is my jam. You know what I mean? Like, I loved my job now. Not that you didn't love it before, but it's like there's something, you know what I mean? If it is romance, then it is a real deal, right? It is a real connection. You know, this could be a lot of different things, but you know, if it's just to a community where it's like, you know, they're seeing you for who you are, right? You're leaving them speechless. Then I feel like this, essentially, it's opening doors. Do you know? Yeah, we have unexpected money. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyways, collective, keep doing you, okay? Because it's, I just heard you're rocking the boat, okay? You're rocking the boat, but, you know, sometimes the ship needs to be shaken, is what I just heard. I don't know. I've never heard that before, but whatever. Take that as it resonates, you know? But anyways, all right, guys, listen, I love you so much. If you need anything from me, that's in the description box below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.